So, high achievers do not wait for the perfect moment. So, in this video, I want to talk about an idea mentioned in the book, The Lean Startup. And I want to also speak about creative inspiration, how that has worked for me as a writer, how the flow state and entering a specific frequency, which is like this hypnotic, stoned, gamma like flow state frequency, this is when you are able to create 10 hours worth of work in 1 hour, whether that is writing, whether that is content creation, or any other pursuit you may be interested in. So let me get started on The Lean Startup. I believe it is a book by a man named Eric Ries. I may be mistaken. But the basic idea behind it for the subject of entrepreneurship, and that will also correlate with content creation, that is the release of an initial viable product, or yeah, it's called the minimum viable product. You release the most basic version of whatever it may be. If you're a content creator on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you start creating content no matter if it is not perfect, if it's not where you yet want it to be, and you just sort of follow this excitement and you pursue it for that sake itself. And then you release the first product instead of holding off on it, instead of procrastinating on it. And you test the product. You see which content performs best, what business works for you, which one fails. You adapt, so you receive feedback from the market about your product and you adapt accordingly. You fix any issues, you improve where you have already succeeded in the past, and then you repeat. But the basic issue which a lot of people starting out face is they plan for too long, but they do not take enough action. They do not actually launch the product. I know people who have worked on a clothing company, on like a fashion thing, for like 5, 10 years and not have released a single product because they are focused on the little details, how the sticker inside this thing is gonna look, how the zip tie is gonna look, improving that 100 times. And the mistake here is that you do not get your initial minimum viable product onto the market. Minimum, the minimum amount it takes, the basic version of the product, not where you want it to be in 5 years, 10 years, what you are able to produce, create, manifest right now. See, and viable, so it is going to serve a specific purpose, it is going to help somebody, it is going to make somebody's life easier. Product, simple. So once you're able to do that, you receive feedback, you are able to adapt, and then you repeat. And it is like a growing snowball effect where the biggest lavine started with one snowflake, which compounded into a snowball, rolled down the hill, and there we go. So that's something I believe very truly, because I have seen people and myself procrastinate on a business, on a personal development sort of thing that you wanted to try for a bit. Maybe you wanted to try yoga, maybe you wanted to, I don't know, create content, start running, go to the gym, find a different job, whatever it may be, whatever. The idea, where was I going with this? I just lost track completely. My bad. I want to talk. Damn, that happens, bro. Sometimes you just go off into way too many loops, and then I was like, wait, where was I? So, um, about the artistic inspiration which I have experienced while writing my book, The Keys to a Wizard's Treasure by me. And yes, so it is a 274-page book, and I want to speak about the creative process behind it and what I learned on that journey. So at times, the important thing, where I was going with the whole yoga and running and gym thing, is to just get started. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes. It doesn't matter how small it is. The first step is the most crucial. And it's the same with the process of writing and many creative pursuits as well. You start off, like when you sit down, you're not always creative. You're not always in your flow state, instantly getting to the bag and typing away at your computer as if your hands are looking like some spiders that smoked meth or something. But what you do is you just get started. And then after you get started, after you get the ball rolling, then after an hour, it may take 2 hours of you just sitting there and not liking the work you produce, feeling that it's too slow, it's taking too long, you're not coming up with anything good. But at some point, when you are sending off the signal into the cosmos that this is what you are focused on, this is where you are placing your attention, this is what your intention is at the current moment, this is what you are currently trying to manifest, then you are able to receive more in a sense. You are able to receive more downloads, more, you know, just ability to enter this flow state and go with that. And sometimes that flow state where time doesn't exist, where you do not exist, where space, nothing exists, it's just, for me at least, me and my computer and just, typing away at it, fully zoned in, fully, locked in basically. That state is one of my favorite, like, states to be in ever. It is better than any high, of drugs or whatever, because it is natural and it feels like more authentic, and it is something you are just not able to access with anything external. It needs to come from within. And basically, in this time, when you fully enter this gamma frequency, which can be done through breath work, I use a specific tuning, little flute. It's tied to the 528 hertz frequency. It reduces anxiety, puts you in this meditative state, allows you to enter flow state. Or I do specific breathing work where I, um, breathe a certain way. And after a while, that gets you also in this meditative state. Sometimes I do that before recording a YouTube video, as I just did today, like right now. So it's basically you can allow yourself to give yourself any excuse to do what you want to do and to be who you truly want to be in your most authentic form, pursuing your highest excitement at any given point in time, knowing that synchronicity is always going to, you know, provide you with the exact form of abundance that you need in order for you to do what you must do when you need to do it. Yes. So, what else do we got? Yeah, during this 1 hour in the flow state, you are able to write, and at times did, more in 1 hour than you are able to do when you're not in this trance like hypnotic, stoned, like locked in state. You get what I mean? And so, studying things like meditation, spirituality, how you align with it through things like astrology, numerology, all the, you know, basically the stuff that I'm into. It's literally whatever you tend to use for yourself. For you, it may be crystals, tarot cards, um, the Kabbalah. For me, it's more numerology, the chakras, the zodiacs, human design, psychology. That's what I'm sort of working with. And I don't know, that's just something that has always served me really well, is entering this trance-like deep meditative state during work where you are fully connected, you are fully zoned in, and you are basically a direct channel to receive downloads, to connect with the cosmos and manifest your desires. I wanted to talk about the fact that lucky days do exist. That is something I write about in numerology, where you are compatible with certain numbers and you need to know your basic numerology, your birth number, your life path number, maybe your expression number, and that is going to allow you to understand how your psyche operates and also when your lucky days are according to the day's numerology. For example, I'm recording it on the 4th of September. September is the ninth month in 2025. 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. So 9 plus 9 gives us 18, plus 4 is 22. 22 is a master number in numerology, one of three. It is one of the most rarely occurring numbers. It is a very high vibrational number associated with the master builder, and also master destroyer. So it's like, that's the theme with like every day. It's the same thing for the first, for the second, the third, the fourth, you get the point. And that's the idea behind it. I don't know where I landed, bro. I don't know where I came up with this. I once again am completely lost. I don't know where we are. So I think I got the basic message across. I think I did some crazy talk. I don't know if this made sense to anybody. I hope something here made sense to you. Um, get your minimum viable product on the market. And then I was talking about trance like psychedelic meditation flow state. Anyways, have a lovely day, I guess. See ya.